Welcome to another episode of Hobby Nonsense. We are back. Do you know what's weird about this?
Reunited and it feels so good.
It do feel good. It do. It has been 2 weeks since we've really done the episode, like a traditional episode, because we had our coin collector, we had our Lego collector, and then we recorded that early. And so now it's like, I feel like lost. We haven't been able to talk about things. There's been so many releases, so much news coming out in the non-sport world. I have literally been like, I don't know if we're going to be able to cover it all in one episode.
Yeah, I agree. I was like, Jesse, I kept sending Jesse's reels and information. And I'm like, Jesse, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about this.
You also sent me a Sports Boy sticker and I want it. I love
Well, it's a play on your Buc-ee's cup over here.
It really did look like it would fit perfectly.
I said, we need to get rid of this.
Whatever, Boosie.
Unless Buc-ee's, if you want to pay us.
Boosie, you thinking about it?
Come on.
I love that jerky. I love that burrito. Listen, when we're not talking about brisket at Boosie's, we are talking about cards.
What's your Buc-ee's order when you go?
I'm
not caffeinated today, everyone. So
not caffeinated.
Not caffeinated.
All right.
So I'm gonna be on track.
You're focused and ready to go.
I'm very focused. I got the lime cucumber Gatorade on deck.
Ooh, I want to try that. I don't think I've ever tried a cucumber. Let me sip it.
A cucumber?
Well, a cucumber Gatorade. I don't.
All right.
We just talk about how we're going to be on track. Let's talk about this Gatorade. It tastes like a cucumber.
Some people like their cucumbers better pickled.
Let me see. I get that joke. Whoa, it does have a strong scent of cucumber. Way more than I was expecting. All right. You don't have a germ issue, right?
No, sir.
Okay. Ooh, that is refreshing.
Very refreshing.
How have I been sleeping on the cucumber Gatorade?
You know how some Gatorades, it's too sweet and you're like,
absolutely. Yeah.
This is just,
I was like,
perfect.
That's not very sweet.
Yeah. It's
I like
perfect.
That. So,
and if you really want to kick it up a notch.
Yeah, I do. Put a little vodka in there.
Put a little, your favorite blue agave tequila in
You
there.
were going alcohol. Okay. Go a little tequila. All right. I'm all in.
Put a little tahini on the rim.
Whoa. Man, I love that Ray knows how to party with a little Gatorade.
Listen, Party Ray is...
He gets a little wild. All right.
Well, it doesn't happen very often, but...
few and far between. He's never done it, actually.
All my friends are like, man, we need Party Ray back. And I'm like, guys...
we need Party Ray back. Less Pokemon, more Party Ray. Or maybe there's more Pokemon for all I know when Party Ray comes out. That being said, there's going to be Pokemon talk. In fact, maybe we just start with the Pokemon talk for a second. I put out a post right before going out of town about the speculation that there could be a Topps Pokemon 2026 collab set. Apparently, it ruffled at least one feather. But most people responded.
All my feathers.
It responded very positively. In fact, some of the most like to view ratio of posts, both on this pod and SCN pod that I've ever seen. I was very pleased with the support behind it. I will say I did send the post over to our connection with Topps on the non-sport side. That person declined to respond whatsoever. I was like,
is that usually a good thing or a bad thing?
Well,
have you had history, but when
the response of nothing was my expectation, because I was like, what are they going to say? They could either say, oh yeah, that's a thing, or no way, that's not a thing. In either way, they're giving away stuff that they probably don't want to give away. So
do you think that by their silence?
I think their silence was the only appropriate response from their position. And so, yeah, I wasn't expecting really anything. Now, if I got something, if I got like even an emoji, I would have read into it. And that's why they probably gave me nothing. So that being said, we still have no idea. There still could be.
I don't think you did you.
Let me clarify what it was. Why I said all this.
I was just going to, yes.
So Sarah, what's her?
Natacheni.
Sarah Natacheni was the, not the original voice, but the secondary voice of Ash Ketchum from the Pokemon animated series. She made a post showing a new signature series that she's going to be working on.
An Instagram story.
It wasn't even meant to be seen forever. It was meant for 24 hours.
But boy, I would love to see how many people like watch that.
Oh, yeah. How many views it actually got. So the story was just a picture of a piece of paper that had a number of sticker autographs on there. It was her autograph. She signed all of these. And you don't have any other real context other than when you zoom in, you look underneath the autograph, it says certified autograph. Now, if you look at different card manufacturers, they will use sticker autos in different situations, and those stickers all look a little different. Now, some of them, I believe Leaf and maybe some others, they're completely blank. There's nothing on there. There's no holographic writing or anything like that. Panini's, I believe, actually say Panini or something like that on there. But Topps is the only ones that I've been able to find that say certified autograph underneath. So with that being said, I believe this is going to be going into a Topps product. And the logical thinking from my viewpoint is 2026 is going to be the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. Ergo, maybe we see another collab like we saw back in 2000 where Topps and Pokemon had a collab set that came out. It was not part of the TCG, but those cards in some instances have sold upwards of $60,000. Some others in $30,000 in more recent times. They sell for quite the premium. And based on the comments on the posts, both on TikTok and Instagram, it seemed like there's a large demand for it if they were to go down this route. Now, that is the situation as it stands. Ray, I would like to hear why you very quickly and emphatically came out with the negative Nancy point of view of no way.
Listen, viewers, listeners, this will never, ever happen.
Why? Why?
It will never happen.
Okay, first off, let me ask you, do you want it to not happen?
Everyone that is putting out posts, feeding into this nonsense, pun intended, including my co-host sitting across from me, this will never, ever happen. Stop spewing this nonsense.
Why? Why do you say that? Let me actually, before you answer, do you want it to happen?
Do I want it to happen?
Yeah, because I want to know if your opinion here
I would love
biased.
for it to happen.
Okay, so you actually would love to see this happen.
Of course.
Why do you say it would never happen then?
Because Pokemon does not need Topps to print cards.
No, of course they don't, but they don't. You know what they also don't need? They don't need McDonald's to print cards. They don't
McDonald's is not printing cards. The Pokemon International is printing cards for McDonald's.
Okay, well, fine. But obviously this is not for the sake of Pokemon needing Topps to create more printing manufacturers or whatever the case may be. This is a simple dollars and cents. Pokemon,
they don't need dollars.
They get more money. Why not? They're a company. They put out, what did they just do? They just put out much more of their new releases so that they can keep more of the money to keep less scalpers out there. They're basically flooding the market with products so that they get more money. Are you telling me they wouldn't do other things that would give them a little bonus in the next quarterly?
They don't need to.
What do you mean they don't need to?
They don't need to.
That's like saying, I could make $1 billion. I'm already a billionaire. I could make a few million, but I don't want to because it'd be too easy.
You know the game Pokemon Pocket where people can play the TCG on their phone?
Yeah.
People spend money to open up packs in there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know in 2024, Pokemon International made $1.3 billion.
Okay. So you're saying because they're already making money, they don't want to make more money.
They don't need to spend money to make money.
What I'm hearing is Ray has no real argument.
Pokemon Pocket, they don't need to invest any money printing wise or doing it. People are already spending money doing it.
That's the thing. All this would be is a simple IP licensing.
They're never going to do it. It's the exact
same thing that other.
They're never going to do it.
Okay, so
Fanatics.
You've given no real argument. You've given no real argument, Ray. This is not a thing that if you came out with like a standing argument, because some people said, no, those are sticker autos. That's probably going to go on like Allen and Ginter.
Oh, no. Like I listen, my argument for this, because I think people are reading too much into it. We have to think that Sarah Natacheni is a voice actress.
Yep.
Not only does she voice the voice of Ash, she also does some Fortnite voices. She also voices some characters and the amazing, what is that? Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. That's actually, you know what? That's the most compelling argument I've heard yet.
Favorite Neighborhood Spider-Man animated series that is on Disney Plus. She's also the voice of the mini Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from the Ghostbusters.
Okay.
So
also,
and she has already had cards in Allen and Ginter, but someone did had an argument that Allen and Ginter cards are on card autos,
typically on card
autos, but it could change in the future. But
I will say your argument of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man Disney Plus series is probably the most compelling thing I've heard, not just from you, but from anyone else, because most of the other voices are saying Allen and Ginter, which then you come back with the whole, well, most of those are not sticker autos, are on card, but other people said, well, they're doing like a Leaf type product. I doubt we're going to see a Leaf type Pop Century product. Like that'd be cool. I would love for them to do something like that, but I don't see them just taking all kinds of different actors and actresses. I think they're sticking more to the branding of different IPs, which if that were the case, then it would be stand to reason. While they already have Marvel licensing, they've already, Aaron Abrams said pretty much if it's on Disney Plus, they could make a set out of it. It would make sense that you would see something for a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and or other Spider-Man or Marvel characters. So, okay. Well, I totally disagree with your money. They don't need the money idea.
They don't need the money.
Ludicrous.
They don't need to do it. They don't need to do it.
It's a ludicrous idea.
And even then, even if they did print Topps Pokemon cards, they will not be like the Topps Pokemon or the Topps cards that we have today.
Why?
They would be very similar to the ones that we got back in 2000.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
But we would not see any autographs.
You're making a lot of bold statements that I don't believe you're basing on fact.
I am on the record.
Okay.
Making these bold statements.
Not based on any facts, mind you. But we have heard nothing else to back it up.
If I'm wrong, I would love to be wrong.
Okay.
But Pokemon does not need any of this.
Well,
who's that guy that you guys
Aaron Abrams? Is there
no for
Ruben
Fanatics? Ruben?
Well,
what's his name? Mark?
Mike Rubin. No, Michael Rubin.
Michael Rubin?
Yes. He's the main guy.
He can't. Not even close.
Okay. So obviously there's you can't just say it. Like I can say things without like backing it up. That's fine. I'm
just saying, listen, Pokemon they will never do that. That's something to where if Pokemon is dying, they will probably do it. If Pokemon wanted more money, they would already have serialized cards.
I'm not disagreeing that they
don't understand
avenues for them, but
people don't understand. This is where we draw the line in this, or this. You and I are two completely different people.
Yes, and
you
I love
come from the sports world, and then you're coming into this. Still, like the Topps sports is very similar,
sure,
but like the TCG space, the Pokemon space, is so different from your world,
and that's why I view it as the set that would be more similar to what they put out in 2000, not a TCG set, but a Pokemon card set. And that
it still wouldn't be like a SpongeBob. It wouldn't be like a Marvel Mint. It would be very similar to, but even then they would probably just reprint a card that looks similar and throw it into a regular Pokemon set.
I mean, maybe, but I here's the thing. We will make more of an argument. I will argue till I'm blue in the face when we find out if it's actually happening.
Also,
if it's not happening, then there's nothing to argue.
Here's another factual thing.
Okay.
Pokemon has already submitted a trademark for the 25th anniversary Pokemon set that's coming out, or the 30th anniversary Pokemon set that's coming out.
Oh, they've already made some kind of trademark.
Correct.
For it?
Yeah. It is.
Which would make sense because that would probably be a TCG specific product.
Correct.
Where we're talking about apples and oranges, but that's fine.
I disagree.
You can't disagree. You just said it wouldn't be TCG.
I can't. I disagree. They would never put out a non-TCG.
We're changing
product.
Subjects. You're making me very upset.
They wouldn't put out a non-TCG. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Please put them down in if you're listening to Spotify, put them down. If you watch us on Instagram or send us an email, I'm very curious. Whatever. I would love for it to happen.
Yeah,
but it will never happen.
Okay,
well. It will never happen. Sarah, come on the show.
We have a number of new releases that have been announced. Some are very familiar. Some are pretty new. And nonetheless, there are updates to each of them. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them that I want to talk about. Are you ready?
New releases.
Some of them we've discussed. So Leaf Photographic is one we've already discussed.
Okay.
It comes out this week, though. Comes out on the 5th. This is the one card product. It is being sold for $350. If anybody is not familiar with it, this is comes from an auction from a few months ago where somebody, I'm not exactly sure who the person was, had amassed thousands of autographed Polaroids that they had taken, candid Polaroids of celebrities, whether it was like at a restaurant or at a gala or whatever the case. They took these Polaroids, they had them sign it, and they put them up for auction. And it turns out that Leaf bought this in the auction for around close to $200,000. Well, we have now found that Leaf is putting them into this product, and they are being sold one off. The box, each box is $350 is what they're going for at retail. And my take is, I feel like that is pretty high. It's for one card and one card only. There's no base or anything else in there, just the one. It seems pretty high to me. That being said, I've heard other people say, let's wait and see, because it is very unique. There's only going to be one of these out there for each person. It's not like they're making copies. They're not printing these out. They're taking the original Polaroid. And from what was said is that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of Polaroids that are going unused because they either couldn't figure out who it was, they didn't know who the person in the picture was, or couldn't tell what the autograph said, or it may have just been not a great photo or whatever. They didn't want to use it. So all that being said, I don't know exactly how many of these were made. I'm going to guess at least 1,000 to 5,000. I mean, I think there's quite a few.
Have you been
honestly
solicited to purchase any of these?
Yeah, I did. I did not buy any because I don't know if I'm allowed to say the price that they were
Probably
solicited
not.
at, but
you were able to purchase a case if you wanted to.
I could purchase cases. But they did say when I reached out about it, they said, well, there are pretty limited. It's been very hot, which, I mean, if I'm selling for their company, I'm going to say that to everybody about everything. But at the same time,
real hot on the streets right now.
I got the vibe that maybe that was the case. Maybe there were a number of people buying them. All of it being said, at the end of the day, I didn't feel like that product was going to be necessarily worth it for $350 if I'm the consumer. And if I don't feel like it's worth it for the consumer, then I don't want to be trying to push it down someone's throat.
Are you going to buy any personal?
If someone comes out and they're
pack?
like, if they came out and I found out like someone had them closer to maybe what they, they're just trying to recoup money. Like maybe they're not selling. They're just trying to recoup what they bought them at. Then I might at that price, but even at that price, at the original, selling to the breaker or TC or LCS shop, those prices were already pretty like at the very high end point of what I'd be willing to spend. So, but all that being said, you do have autos in there of people who have passed that they're not signing anymore. You got Robin Williams, Patrick Swayze. You've got Muhammad Ali. You've got
that would be
celebrities. You got athletes. You've got political figures. You've got musicians. You got pretty much everybody over the last maybe 2 or 3 decades that was in the public eye.
What were some of the political figures?
I don't know if there's a list in front of me. There was a list on the auction site. I do remember it was like Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, basically every president over the last few
Was that lizard
decades.
brain again?
But yeah, it is a very interesting list. It is I think what we will see when people start posting these will be pretty cool. But again, for $350, that's where I question some of the resale. Like if you're buying it to resell or flip, I don't know if it's there. And if you're not, then do I want something that is like a Polaroid of someone who, kind of grainy and kind of out of focus, or do I want something maybe more professionally done? I don't know.
A nice crisp 8x10.
Well, because you could make the argument that, well, what would you pay for a one-of-one autograph out of like another set for somebody that, Jim Henson? You can get an autographed Jim Henson in there, which is pretty cool.
That is cool. One of the legend.
That one is one where I'm like, okay, yeah, $350. I would definitely think the value's there. But then you've got like, I don't know, Morgan Freeman, one of one, not to say that Morgan Freeman's auto is not cool, but he's already in Leaf. There's a number of one of
Shawshank
ones.
Redemption.
There we go. Thank you. It
took 30 years for me to get out of that prison.
I will say this. There's a Michael J. Fox auto, but this was like pre, where he hadn't gotten as sick, and his autograph is very legible. So,
gotcha.
So that's a plus.
Homeward
all right.
Bound, Michael J. Fox.
Oh, yes. Chance? Wasn't it Chance?
Yeah.
Was that the dog's name? Man, I think
What a great movie.
It really was. Oh, God. That's probably the first movie I remember getting choked up as as a kid. So that comes out on the 5th. Next release. So Pixar Gold, we've already talked about.
Ugh.
This is coming out December 2nd for an EQL on Topps website. So by the time you're hearing this, it actually will have already come out on the site. It's 11 a.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Eastern. It's coming out at $390. Now, when I first talked about this, again, I got a little pushback, at least from one, maybe two people that were like, you don't even know what it looks like yet.
$390 a box.
Well, we didn't know what the price was.
Okay.
I was saying that based on what I'm seeing on marketing material, I don't love the product. Like it wasn't like just jumping out at me, especially after we just had all these other Disney releases coming out.
You're getting Disney fatigue.
Yeah, well, and it wasn't, yes, and I could be open to it if it was like the marketing materials were showing, a Buzz Lightyear auto, which would have Tim Allen, of course, which again, we didn't have that at the time. We have now confirmed that is one of the autos in there, which is pretty cool.
And we confirmed that Princess
Ada is actually Julia Louis-Dreyfus, which that was a mistake on my part. I did not realize at the time, which is
mistake
cool.
on both of
But
our
it's like
parts.
when we've got like a Larry the Cable Guy auto is like one of the featured autos in the autograph.
Material.
I don't know what happened to Larry. I think Larry's a very funny person, and I think Tow Mater is a great character. But the autograph that they're showing on that card, something happened to this gentleman. I don't know what is going on there. All that being said, I was very adamant of like, if they're going to put this out, it needs to be at a lower price. It's coming out at a premium price. This is going to be a premium product. It's going to be, it sounds like very similar to Mint. I didn't realize that this is actually based on an insert from the last year's 2024 Topps Chrome Disney. There was a Pixar Gold insert in that product, and they basically have spun that off into its own set. And so, yes, you have Pixar is one of the, biggest movie production companies in the world now, with some of the most iconic Disney movies out there. Toy Story, Finding Nemo.
Little Nemo.
Little Nemo's a different movie, which if you didn't grow up seeing.
Video game too.
Oh, there's a video game too?
Yeah.
Man, that was I watched that in preschool, and I remember being freaked out. Like, I did not want to go to sleep. Look up Little Nemo later. Finding Nemo, you've got Toy Story, you've got all of the Pixar movies that Monsters, Inc., Bugs Life, basically everything that's kind of digitally animated in the last 20, 30 years. So it's got a big enough fan base for the product to do well. My question now is I want to see the checklist. The checklist has not come out yet. I want to see the autos. From what I'm seeing, it looks like, according to the website, it says there's 30 different autographs, or it says look for 30 different subjects under the Gilded Pixar autographs. Now, it may be that there's other autographs in different inserts or something in that. So maybe there's more than just 30 people that signed in it. I am hesitant to say this might be okay timing, because by the time the product comes out, which we don't have the official release date, this is just the EQL that comes out December 2nd. I've had many people reaching out, hey, do you have any more Disney? Do you have any Disney right now? And people are looking for gifts for end of the year, the holidays and things like that. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe this isn't the worst thing to come out. Again, $390 for the EQL. That means it's $450, $500 when it comes out at retail. That's pretty high. You're getting 9 cards, one of them encased. I am hoping that this has just an insane checklist, and we're going to see a lot of, I guess, fanfare around maybe sketches and things like that, that this will be well worth it.
Will we have sketches if it's a Pixar product?
I would assume so. I mean, I'm pretty sure it said sketches in something I saw, but that's a good point. Maybe I'm just making that up because there's several of these other ones I'm going to talk about do have sketches. More to come on if there's sketches in there or not. let's jump. We do have the next product, which is Star Wars Galaxy. Now, Star Wars Galaxy is my favorite Star Wars product. Well, I've said that several times, and it's often either Star Wars Galaxy,
the original artwork.
Well, the original artwork, exactly. That's my biggest thing. But there's some other Star Wars products. One in particular that I really like, the Masterwork product. But that being said, let's just go with the fact that this product is coming out on
this looks good.
December 10th, so next week. And the sketches sound like they're going to be awesome. We have got some pretty hyped up artists that are using that are going to be putting cards in here for sketches. I am very curious what we are going to see as far as per box. Hang on one second. Let me see here. I've got some data that I pulled. I had a sales sheet, but the sales sheet, something happened to it. It's like the sales sheet got deleted, or I don't know what the deal is. Like, it's no longer on the site when I went to look for it. Okay, so this is what it says. So along with the product celebrating the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, the 10th anniversary of The Force Awakens, they're also going to be showcasing for the first time Topps Chrome Layers original art cards from original concept art of Ralph McQuarrie, which if you look up Ralph McQuarrie.
Shout out to Ralph.
Yeah, big shout out to Ralph McQuarrie. Ralph McQuarrie is an American artist who is known for doing a number of film and television series, including the original Star Wars trilogy, E.T., Cocoon, some other things. I think he's an Academy Award winner. He is very well known. And so the fact that we've got some sketches and artwork based off of that is pretty cool.
I'm looking at the checklist right now. Something, Jesse, I don't know if you've talked about this or not, or it said blank canvas sketch cards.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is that?
I don't know exactly what that is. There are sketch cards from Lucasfilm animators. So there's not only, your normal sketch artist, but a number of people who have worked on shows and films other than the McQuarrie person. I don't know enough about every single one of these people that I could say like, oh, I'm so excited to know that like Aaron Soon is going to be doing sketches, or Justin Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
That's his full name, Justin Bruce Lee.
That's pretty cool.
But they've got cards with the blank canvas art sketches. What does that exactly mean? I'm not sure. It just says we'll be featuring original art sketch cards, which will fall at 3 sketch cards per case, along with blank canvas art cards that will be showcasing original sketch art of Lucasfilm animators for the second straight year. So, I mean, they did them before. I don't remember what that looked like. I'll have to see once we get that product out.
What about this autograph buyback that says on the
buybacks that have autographs from it? So that would be they've taken cards from 1993 Topps Star Wars Galaxy Series 1 and the 94 Topps Star Wars Galaxy Series 2. Those cards that showcase some of Ralph McQuarrie's art, they've taken those and gotten, I guess he is the one who has signed those cards. So those will be featured in this product.
Okay. Gotcha.
So it is, I mean, the original art, the fact that you've got so much emphasis on some of the, not only sketches, but the sketch artists themselves. You've got comic fractors that are going to be coming back for this set, which a lot of people like to chase those. My thinking here is the autographs are
fire.
They're going to be good, but I don't know. It doesn't look like we're going to see a ton of them. So
really,
when I was looking it up, it doesn't show how often an autograph will be in a box. I'm hoping it's like, more than one a case, but at this point, I don't know if we have exact numbers. It does say, let me see. I think we already mentioned every hobby case includes 3 sketch cards. Let me see if there's anything that talks about the autos in there.
I mean, if you were to pull an autograph, I mean, I'm seeing nothing but bangers on here. I mean, just there's a section for quad autos. I mean, we got Samuel L. Jackson, Hayden Christensen,
yes,
Ewan McGregor, Rosario Dawson, Diego Luna. I mean,
No, it's good. It's great. Don't get me wrong. I am very happy about it. I'm looking at through the autographs. It's a great checklist. It's just a number. It's the matter comes down to how often are we going to see them, right? It's the same thing with Hyperspace, which we're going to talk about next. But Hyperspace has absolutely incredible autograph set. Who all the people that signed, they don't seem to have overused some of the autos that we're used to seeing, where it's like, okay, I've kind of seen enough of that character. Most of those characters don't seem to even be included in either Galaxy or Hyperspace, which is fantastic.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
I think there are Freddie Prinze Jr.'s. But the only issue it just comes down to is how often do we see them? Because none of the boxes are guaranteeing an auto per box. I'm looking up the Hyperspace one. Let's see here. For whatever reason, again, I apologize. My information on Galaxy got removed. Like when I go to like where they offer solicit to the breaker the product, for whatever reason, when I click the link, the sales sheet is like throwing an error. So I can't give you the exact details.
You got hacked, ladies and gentlemen.
But that being said, Hyperspace is coming out. By the way, Galaxy, though it comes out on the 10th, it's currently for sale for $350 on Dave and Adams. I'll be curious if we stay around that price. I wouldn't be shocked if it stays at that. If we find out, like, even though, the autographs are not going to be one per box, but you see 7, 8 a case, I think you might just see that price increase just a little bit. If we get close to one per box, I think it does increase some. Hyperspace, we don't have pricing on that one yet. It doesn't come out till December 30th. That product is looking better and better to me.
I'm liking this.
This one also has a very good checklist for autographs. The autos are all big names. None, you don't have any C.O. Bibbles or Queen Opulanas or, characters that people aren't necessarily chasing all the time. This is the box breakdown. It says each box contains 1 Nebula refractor and 4 numbered parallels. Each case contains 2 autograph cards.
Ooh.
1 case hit insert, which is either Star Wars Reflections, Planetary Views, Galactic Origins, and 1 Art of Tatooine card. The cards themselves are like last year. This product was so. It wasn't a huge seller. I think the fact that they've added in some really, really cool Reflections artwork, I don't know. I'm getting pretty excited. I looked at the checklist for Hyperspace, and some of these Reflections, let me see if I can pull it up here. The description, now, I haven't seen all of these yet, but the description of them sounds pretty cool. You've got Ray just found them. What were the names of them?
The Empire, the Armorer's Guidance, Protecting Someone, I Thought You Were Dead, and Darth Vader.
So these are going to be obviously very collectible. These are some of the biggest chases in all of them. They typically are only 5. The one that I think is the absolute coolest is the one with Darth Vader. You've seen it? Apparently there's 2 different options. I don't know how this is going to work. So Synth City Collectibles made a post. I'm not sure where they got the artwork for this. Like, I don't know if you know what? They found it because they took the person who did the artwork, which is Christian Wagner's, and they basically did a search of what other artwork they've already done. And they found 2 different options. There's 2 different Darth Vader Reflections options. One is where you've got the mask of Darth Vader with the reflection of Ben Kenobi from the New Hope movie.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
But the other one, which I'm really, really hoping is the case. Yeah, so that's one of them. The other one that has in one eye, it's got you've got, it's Luke Skywalker. I think he's I can't tell what scene it is, but he's being basically electrocuted by
Darth Sidious.
Darth Sidious. Yeah. So in one eye, you've got Darth Sidious using his electric force powers, and you've got Luke basically falling over, getting hurt. In the rest of the helmet, you see essentially almost every other main character from the rest of the series in there. I don't know if that one seems a little off as far as like how they normally do the reflections one. So even though I think that one's really cool, I don't know if they would use that one. So I think it's probably going to be the one where you've got the Ben Kenobi reflections in the eye. Now the one where it's like not Mandalorian, but you've got
the armor.
No, not the armor. I am blanking so hard as we talk about these. Boba Fett, and you got Bib Fortuna in the reflection of his visor. That one, I think it looks awesome. The one that I'm not in love with, just because I'm not as up with the animated series, which is there's like this animated Darth Maul with a animated Obi-Wan Kenobi in his eyes. I don't know. These are like, this was like put out as like, oh, this is official. These are not officially what they're going to be. We don't
speculating.
Know. Yeah, we don't know for sure. But if they are, most of them look pretty darn cool. But that's Hyperspace. Hyperspace, again, is meant to focus on like the different planets of the galaxy, but it's also meant to be an avenue to basically put out a product that's, I think it's a little lower cost than your galaxies and some of your other Star Wars products. Like right now, I believe David Adams has the product for listed. Well, I should say they had it because I went back and looked. They had a pre-sale on their site for like $160 or something like that. But then I went to eBay and I was like, oh, well, eBay sales right now per box are in the 200s versus last year's. Last year's product is like around 150, 140, 150. So I can tell already people are viewing this at a higher level than they did last year's Hyperspace. I hope that continues to be the case. But again, that comes out on December 30th. The next one is Marvel Studios. This was the big one. Well, it's a big one in the sense that I mean, we had kind of heard teasing of it, but we didn't know when or if it was going to come out. And given that we were basically at the end of the year, the fact that we have, let's see, if Pixar Gold comes out this year, before the end of the year, we're going to have Pixar, Star Wars Galaxy, Star Wars Hyperspace, Marvel Studios. You would have 4 Topps products that were originally slated all for December, which is crazy because usually they don't have that many products because people are kind of slowing down. The market's kind of slowing down. But we know at least Star Wars Galaxy and Hyperspace are coming out December. The Gold we'll hopefully find out tomorrow when the EQL comes out. The Marvel Studio one, that was originally slated for 12/23. In fact, some websites are still showing the release of 12/23.
Such an odd date.
2 days before Christmas. It's just like, it was kind of brutal. I hated it, honestly. And when I was first told it was going to be 12/19. Then when everything came out, it's at 12/23. And I was like, I'm going out of town. Like I had asked months in advance to try and figure out like, hey, do you know of anything that is going to come out around that day? Because I'm going to try and spend some time with family.
Put all your releases around Sports Boy's schedule.
Please and thank you.
His life.
But that being said, it's like, well, because most people don't put out anything around the holiday, like the Christmas holiday, I'm like, I think I'm fine. And then we find out, 12/23. So I'm guessing there was some pushback from others that they were like, hey, can we not have this come out the week of Christmas? And because also you're thinking, this product isn't going to be like a Christmas gift because no one's really going to be able to get it if it comes out on the 23rd.
Unless, buying it
unless you got it
for me is a Christmas gift.
And yes, hey, it'll come a few days later, but
I'm cool with that. We're all adults here and we don't have to have it under the tree
Well, good news is it got pushed a few weeks, so it's not coming out till January 16th now. So this is the product that will be the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Something that a lot of us have been waiting for because it's no longer just the comic book characters, the comic book animations, but this will be the real life actors and actresses of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And what that means is we are going to have some pretty awesome autographs in here.
This checklist is huge.
Well, here's the thing. So the checklist came out like the day they announced it. There was an EQL, there was pre-orders or EQL, I can't remember what. That came out and there was a checklist that came with it, but then the checklist got taken down. It got removed. And I reached out to Topps and I was like, hey guys, I couldn't find the checklist anymore. Could I get it? And they're like, it hasn't come out yet. I'm like, oh, weird. Cause Beckett shows the checklist
Like
right
I'm
now.
looking at it right now.
Yeah. It's like, well, we can't confirm if that is going to be the checklist or the completed checklist. But so stay tuned if there's going to be anything else. I'm hoping that we get something like what we saw in some of these, like the Disney Chrome product, where we found out, oh, there's going to be, a Tom Hanks and Will Smith autographs and things like that, like autos that were not originally on that list. I'm hoping that's something that could happen with this product, because there are some names that are noticeably missing. However, a lot of big names are still there. So you're looking at autos from a lot of names that we're kind of used to seeing. You got Bradley Cooper for Rocket. You got Brie Larson for Captain Marvel, Benicio del Toro. You got Charlie Cox as Daredevil, which is pretty cool. A lot of people are a fan of the Daredevil series. Charlize Theron as Clea from the Doctor Strange movies, which is pretty cool. I don't remember Charlize Theron being in any of these. Chris Evans, of course. You've got a number of kind of like, I think from what most people would have expected from a Upper Deck Marvel product, a lot of similar autographs in here. Don Cheadle is in this one. Elizabeth Olsen, Amelia Clark is in here. You've got Evangeline Lilly. Now, some of the bigger names are going to be Harrison Ford, Haley Steinfeld, Gwyneth Paltrow. But the biggest names, in my opinion, are going to be the Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, along with Henry Cavill, all because of their roles in the Deadpool Wolverine movie. Now, I don't know if we're going to see necessarily dual autos of them in this product.
I'm looking at the triple autos and I don't see any other names.
Well, in looking through the list, the unofficial, I guess, checklist, because we don't know for sure, but I didn't see any double or dual autos or triple autos of Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, which I was kind of thinking, this would be a great opportunity, but knowing that they're also working on a product that would have both of them, it would just be a Daredevil Wolverine movie product. I would think they would probably be saving it for that product. So that all being said, oh, you know what? Scratch all that. I just found one. Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, dual auto. I finally found it. It was in there. It was just, I had to go through the checklist the fourth time.
Hugh Jackman,
Ryan Reynolds. It's DA-JR.
I do see it. Yep.
So
Man,
that is going to be a
the
big
chase
card. That's a big card. Scratch everything I just said, and that is very exciting. Now, another one, a triple auto that's going to be in here is Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio.
You got it.
And John Bernthal. These are three characters from the Daredevil series. Basically, you're looking at Daredevil, Kingpin, and Punisher. That auto is going to be just gigantic. There's a few other ones that are similar. You got a number of cards from the Thunderbolts movies. Of course, Fantastic Four is all over this. They've got autos from, I think, all of the main characters in Fantastic Four.
They should have did a quad auto with all the everybody.
I thought, didn't they? There's Fantastic Four autographs.
I see 3.
Pedro Pascal. They did.
Vanessa Kirby.
So it's a 5. They say it's a 5-card auto with Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, Eben Moss, the Thing. And then you got
Galactus.
Ralph Ineson, which was the guy who played Galactus. So you've got that one in there as well. So it's huge product. I think this product is going to be very big. Here is the issue, the biggest issue in my mind, which is it's not a guaranteed auto per box in the hobby boxes. Now, here's the thing. There are 2 different products that they are putting out. They are putting out both a hobby and a Breaker's Delight version of this product.
Oh, gosh.
So the hobby...
For the people that don't know, what is a Breaker's Delight box?
Breaker Delight is essentially the same cards, mostly the same cards. Sometimes they'll have 1 or 2 inserts or parallels that are not in the regular hobby product. But it is going to be much fewer cards, and it is meant to be a product where you can go through it very quickly as a breaker.
So and
you get all the hits. Yeah, you're getting the hits without all the base. that's kind of the idea behind it. So, so to tell you specifically, a hobby box will contain 10 packs and 8 cards per pack. So you're looking at essentially 80 cards per box, right? It has, each box contains 4 numbered parallels, 1 Fantastic Four astronaut card. Each case contains 1 Thunderbolts logo variation and 1 Marvel Gods insert, which is a die cut Marvel card, which looks pretty cool. But again, you didn't hear me say 1 autograph per case in there. You didn't hear me say anything about a sketch card per case in there.
And those are in the Breaker Delight boxes?
No, that's the hobby box.
Yeah, but the ones...
That's all hobby. That is not saying anything about a guarantee of a sketch or an auto per case.
Do we know what's in the Breaker's Delights?
We do. But before I move on, that is why I am concerned about the hobby. I really do hope we find out. Again, this is one of those where it's like, well, not every case is going to have one, but almost every case has one. You know, like they've done that in the past with, I think it was like a SpongeBob product or something like that, where it's like there was more than what you had initially expected. I'm really, really, really hoping it's going to be something like that. Because I think that's going to hurt the prices. Because right now, a box is selling for the hobby. I believe on the EQL, it was like, in fact, actually, I bought some from one of the listeners of the show. He actually won an EQL. He won both some boxes and he won a case.
Did you get a new phone?
I did. I got a Pixel 10. Thank you for asking. So let's see here. He bought the boxes. The case was almost $2,100. After tax, it was like $2,215 or something like that. I gave him like a couple of $100 or a little bit more. I think I gave him like $2,500 for the case. But right now on eBay, this is again before I ever saw the checklist. Right now on eBay, they're selling for like $2,500 a case. I'm like, oh dang, I am not going to make anything on that case. Now, granted, they came out from Topps lower than that. Fortunately, allocation was better than that. But it's just like I'm kind of surprised, and I think that's the only reason what's holding that product back as far as being a more pricey product, which I'm sure many people are very happy about. But I do think if we see people start to break this product and they're finding, oh wow, there's more autos than I originally thought. There's more sketches. You're probably going to see some of that pricing increase. All that being said, the Breaker's Delight is 6 boxes in a case. Each box has 1 pack and it has 25 cards in it. Now, in that 25 card pack, you are going to have 1 autograph card. So you already have a guaranteed auto where you're not seeing a guaranteed auto.
Pack.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So you have 1 autograph card. You have 2 numbered parallels. You've got 5 rainbow base refractors, 5 geometric base parallels, and each case contains 1 Thunderbolt logo variation, 1 sketch card, and 1 Marvel Gods insert. So you're getting at least 1 sketch in the case, and you are getting at least 1 autograph in every box.
What's the price difference between the two usually?
See, I've been waiting to see. I don't know.
Depending on the product, of course.
Yeah, I honestly, to see that you get a guaranteed auto per box.
Yeah,
versus,
that's got to jack up the.
I mean, eBay right now. So I think I said like $250. I think they're actually closer to like $280, $290 a box. There were a few that sold for around $250, but they've gone up closer to $300. But still, it's kind of low compared to what I thought it would actually end up being for the hobby boxes. So if it's around like $300, I would say easily probably $500, if not more, maybe $550, just because of the guaranteed auto in there.
As a breaker, would you rather break the Breaker's Delight or the regular?
Oh, I would rather do the Breaker's Delight all day. It's faster and you get the hits. But I mean,
as a buyer,
it's more expensive.
Yeah,
it's harder to get into, and
because at least
you've got a higher
base of some things that I want.
You've got a higher chance of skunking as a buying into one of these because there's just not as many cards. Like at least you'll get some base cards or something like that from the other set. So again, this is one of those where it's like, man, I'm hoping the checklist or the checklist comes out with some other names. Like that's a thing we didn't mention, right? Like you don't have like a Robert Downey Jr. in there. There's a few other big names that we didn't necessarily see in this product, which would still be very exciting to see. Tom Holland, Zendaya, these people were not in this product. So if we saw things like that, that would definitely turn up the volume. But then you also, if we can get some kind of word of like, oh, well, there's actually more sketches than we thought, the odds are maybe 1 in every 1.5 cases or something like that. Maybe that turns up the volume, the volume, as we say, for the hobby.
Pump up the jam, or what's that song?
Pump the jam, pump it up. Yep, that's the one.
That's the
copyright strike. All right, 2 others, and then we've already been going. I know, but these are short and sweet. I think Minecraft has released. There's another Minecraft. Panini Minecraft. Here's the issue with Panini's Minecraft. It is, it's essentially the exact same thing that they put out last year. There was a 2024 Panini Minecraft. The artwork is almost exactly the same.
Well, what
in some cases,
do?
I dare say it is the exact same. Now, the difference is like, oh, well, they've added some different colors. Like there's now an obsidian color blast. It's just a black background instead of a white background. The hobby box is currently, I think the hobby box from last year is selling for like $125. It had, let's see, the sales sheet said it had 6 cards per pack, 24 packs per box, 12 boxes in a case. This year's hobby box, they're calling it the Minecraft Special Edition hobby box. This comes with 8 cards per pack, 1 pack per box.
Whoa.
So you had 24 packs per box, 1 pack per box. Featuring over 200 cards numbered to 325 or less. I don't know if that's the product that you want to be spending a ton of money on, especially.
Well, the other one sold really.
It sold pretty well. I mean, I sold out of my hobby boxes. I ended up getting like a case of it or something, and I sold out of that. I didn't really make any money on it because I think I just bought it because I wanted to have it to break for people who wanted it. That being,
and you broke it?
Yeah, I broke. How did
that go?
I mean, it went fine. Like I never hit any color blasts in any of them. Maybe this will have. The odds are going to be better to hit a color blast insert. Because that was the big chase.
Like
right?
What, the Steve color blast?
Yeah, that or like the Ender Dragon or something like that. But like a Steve numbered card was selling pretty well. Never found any of those. I didn't find an Alex or anything like that. Chicken Jockey, I found a few base cards of those. But again, that's another new release in the non-sport world. And it is... How do you feel about
Minecraft cards?
Well, I love Minecraft the game. Me and my daughter we play it. I mean, we just played it like last week or something. We have a world that we've built out, and it's a lot of fun.
What is it called? Jesse's World?
No, we actually there's a few different worlds. I think the world we're dealing with right now is where it's me, her buddy, and her that play it. So it's Char. His name is Knightley. It's like Kajuscha. It's like just
like everyone's names.
It's together. Like the first couple letters of each name. Yeah, it makes no sense. So
what do you do in Minecraft?
No, I can't. We have too much to go. Minecraft, don't start. Minecraft as a product for cards, though, I thought last year's was cool. I liked it. This year feels like they're really phoning it in. That's it. That's my.
Do you feel like this is a product that maybe down the road could be like a nostalgic thing that the kids will want to pick up?
I think if the price comes down significantly, I mean, if we're
because it's like a tangible thing, like Minecraft, the video game, you can't really like. Is it going to be like our Pokemon cards
for 8 cards,
or not ours, but our Gen Zs and Gen Alphas?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I think there's going to be some that are going to love it. And I think if you hold on to this sealed product, it could go up in value. But 8 cards for $130. Versus last year's, which was 6 times 24, whatever that comes out to be, 142 or something like that, 138. I don't know. The fact is that product is going to be much more desirable, I think, to most people because not only was it the first, but it was also like I don't know. It didn't feel like just a simple redo with some color changes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the Minecraft product. It's already out. I don't know if people are necessarily going after it, but I'm not necessarily voting that you do. Last one. This one is coming out this week. I saved this one for last because it's not
Best for last?
necessarily just a non-sport product. This is just a product that I enjoy. It's Topps Allen Ginter. Very cool product, especially if you were into sports as well. If you are into baseball, you've got Topps Allen Ginter comes out this week. The product is, I mean, it's been around for decades. It's got some of the bigger, names in baseball. Ohtani, Mookie Betts, basically you name them. If they're active, they're probably signing in the product. But besides all that, you do have a number of non-sport autos in this product. So you got names in here like Al Pacino, Bryan Cranston. They signed in this product. Livy Dunn has signed in here. Kenan Thompson is back signing in here. Kat Dennings. There's also a lot of names like I'm not all that familiar with. Michelle Fitzgerald, Scott Boras, Skylar Aston. Like these are names I've never heard of. Seth Meyers has signed in here. I think that's pretty cool. All that being said, it's a very popular product. It's got a lot of celebrities and athletes in there. Not only that, but you're also going to have like in this year's product, it looks like, I don't know if it's just Mitchell and Ness exclusive boxes, but Mitchell and Ness does have some anniversary boxes with Allen Ginter where they're going to have like gift cards included.
Crazy.
Like up to like, there's like $5,000 golden ticket gift card or something like that. You also can get like hoodies and hats and all this other stuff. I kind of like that they're including like actual physical prizes within the product other than just the cards themselves, just the autographs, which of course are still very chaseable.
Ulysses S. Grant has an autograph in here.
That was the other thing I was going to mention.
Crazy.
The cut autos in this are
Woodrow Wilson.
Yeah, the cut autos are pretty crazy. And it's, for the most part, it is athletes.
James Madison.
But you do have like a number of presidents. Yeah, John Quincy Adams, James Madison. But you also have your Babe Ruths in there. There's a Babe Ruth cut auto.
Oh, wow.
You've got, let me see, Willie Mays. We'll have excuse me, not Willie Mays. I was looking at another Willie McCovey, but I'm not as familiar. Yogi Berra will be in there. Ty Cobb. Let's see here. There's some other big cut autos in here. Hank Aaron. Joe DiMaggio. He's in there as well. Mickey Mantle. He's in there.
Mickey Mantle, 7.
Yeah, there's some really cool cut autos in that product. And it's only like $140 right now. Right now, if you go to the Topps website, it is $140 for a box. They're still on the website for sale. You can go there and buy it. I went to Blowout. They're on sale for $169 on their site.
A hobby box?
Yeah. I'm like,
wow.
Why are they selling it at $169 when I can go to Topps website at this moment and buy it for $139? By the time this episode comes out on Wednesday morning, maybe it changes, but yeah, I would check there before you buy off of a third-party site.
Did you see these mini DNA relics?
Oh,
like an Allosaurus and a
do they have
Tyrannosaurus Rex DNA?
Yes, they've got more of the what is it called? My brain.
They're calling it mini DNA relics.
What is it called when you get
like a fossil?
A fossil. Jeez, my brain is so bad today. This is what happens when you take 2 weeks off, people. You come back and you're garbage.
Rusty.
They also have a Boogie with the Hoodie autograph.
Boogie with the Hoodie?
Do you know who that is?
Boogie with the Hoodie.
He's in here. You can look forward to that.
Employee autographs. That's pretty cool.
That is all that I have as far as the new releases. That's a lot. We're gonna have to go back and cut a couple things that I.
Are these Larry David?
Oh, and the Larry David.
The Larry David?
Yeah, Larry David's in this one again. Larry David was a very hot auto chase in Bowman this year, and now they've got him in this product. I think he'll be very popular.
Huh.
There was one other thing. Oh, I was going to mention this. So Beckett, I found out for 35 years, they've been putting out a non-sport magazine. I've had a subscription for like the last year or two. I didn't even know about it for the first couple years I was in the hobby.
I didn't know. I don't know about it.
Well, they're going out of business, or the magazine is going out.
They didn't do a good job advertising, or else we would have known about it.
Honestly, I mean, I think that was kind of part of it. Like, I never, other than having, one of the writers on one of the early episodes of this show, we never really talked about the magazine. Not many people, I feel like, ever really talked about it. And you're having to compete against the PSA non-sport edition of the magazine as well, which is essentially very similar
magazine
content. That being said, I still always appreciated the non-sport, and this is the last edition. It's going to be a Star Trek cover. I think I've got it already at home. It's like a December, January issue. So sad news for the non-sport world. One magazine is going away. However, I don't think that's it's no indication of the state of the hobby. It's just the fact that magazine, I don't think many people really knew of its existence. But
is there a way we can like buy the email list or something? You can start our own magazine.
It's a thought, maybe. I mean, that'd be a thing.
We can do it. I don't know how to do stuff on the computer.
It'd be most of the writing would be like, new magazine coming or new product coming out. It has that one guy from that show.
Yeah.
What was his name again? Yeah, he's there. And then also,
I can write a whole article about my top 10 favorite Gatorade flavors.
Ooh, okay, now we're talking. And then will you put in all of your factual reasons why Topps will never have a Pokemon set again? I'm sorry. That was a low blow.
It's never going to happen.
I'm sorry. All right. DC Sports 87, consigner to the stars. As always, we appreciate them being who they are, which is a company that cares about your cards, because they are not only making sure your cards go up for sale in a timely manner, but they're also making sure you're getting the best payout. They have increased their payouts. We mentioned this, I think, on the last episode, from 85% payout. If you send in a card that's worth between $25 and $500, it's gone up from 85 to 87%. If you have a card that is sold for $500 to $1,000, it's gone up from 86% to 90% payout. If you have a card from $1,000 to $5,000, if it sells for that amount, it's gone up from 92 to a 96% payout. Absolutely incredible deal. Not only do whenever we break, we offer the service where we will send your cards directly to them. They will get them up the next day, if not same day. And then you will get these payouts the same way. So that's one benefit. But this is also, these payouts are all available for everybody listening. So you don't have to use a promo code or anything like that. DC Sports 87. Check them out if you haven't already. That is really the last.
That's our show, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, the only other thing I had on here was I had a couple Pokemon notes. One was that the Fart Swirl Pokemon cards are selling for a premium. I don't know if you've noticed.
Could have told you that.
I mean, I knew the swirl cards were, but I didn't know like that there's a fart swirl, like when the swirl is near their butts. That sells for a premium.
I have a Dark Dragonite card.
Uh-huh.
If you don't know what the Dark Dragonite, he's kind of like going like this.
Like a sideways pose.
Yeah.
Like he's
and
gonna
so
do
the swirl is right in his hand.
Oh.
It's almost like he's fixing to like throw a Kamehameha.
I was about to say that's like a Kamehameha Dragon Ball Z thing. Okay.
It's really nice.
So, but not a fart swirl.
Not a fart swirl.
Well, I would pay double whatever that card's value is if it was a fart swirl. And then Pokemon on StockX.
Don't buy Pokemon on StockX.
Josh Luber, no offense, but apparently,
is that the guy that is now like selling those little figurines?
Yes, yeah, the Ghostwrite. Yeah, he does those. He was also one of the guys who kind of helped to revitalize the card community with Fanatics and all that when Fanatics first took over. But he's no longer, I think, directly involved, or he may still be in name, but I don't think he really has anything.
I have a weird. I just feel like that guy's a little bit of a shyster.
I don't think he's a shyster. I think he is kind of a quiet person. I've talked to him several times, both in person and in interviews, and he's not the biggest people person. I think like he's just kind of like a shyer, quieter person, which comes off as like maybe he's hiding something, I think, at times. But I don't think I've never gotten that vibe necessarily.
Okay.
But that being said, I do think he's like he's trying to make something else. Like he did the StockX thing, and it's
when StockX was like notorious with like fakes. And do you know this, right?
Oh,
Like
I don't think so.
StockX is like notorious. You know how StockX works?
I mean, it's a platform for buying and selling, right?
Well, essentially in the beginning it was from buying and selling sneakers.
Sneakers, yeah.
So like you as a person that's trying to sell your sneakers, you put it on there, then you can decide if you want to sell it or not by a person makes an offer.
Oh, there's offers involved.
There's an offer involved, and then from there, and they're supposed to be like the best place to have like there's like an authentication and all that stuff, and they authenticate it. When it's not the like I would not recommend you buy sneakers from StockX.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, so is that just a known thing to other people as well?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so then what does this have to do with Pokemon cards then?
So same thing. So like StockX is now getting into more of a collectible space also.
Okay.
You know, buying Lego, buying Pokemon, and the same thing is happening with Pokemon cards. So a lot of the people that are selling the Pokemon cards, they're probably super shady or doing something weird.
Oh.
They'll either, take things out, reseal them, things like that.
Okay.
And you'll never know. And StockX is supposed to have a very good authentication process.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think they authenticate anything, to be honest with you.
Really?
And then you get it in the mail, and usually it's not what you think it is. And then there's no.
Oh, you sent me that Reddit post about
Yeah.
that guy who bought was it $1,000 worth of
$1,000
like 4
worth
different
of
products
correct,
or something?
correct.
And
so
two of them were repacks, or they were
like
not what he
resealed
bought.
repacks exactly.
Wasn't there something about weighing in there?
Yeah, I think, and I didn't read I think it was like because the packs didn't weigh what they were supposed to or something like that.
They were saying like in this case it is a problem that they did because they could have just weighed it. Like if StockX had just weighed it, they would know what a standard box weighs,
Correct,
or within a margin of error. And these were like way off or something like that. I think that's what it was. Okay, yeah. So all right, so be dubious of what you're buying.
But like StockX is like notorious for that.
So you've known about this other than just
they
this
do not
issue.
have a good reputation of buying and selling things online.
Really?
Yeah.
All I've known, and this is my own personal, I guess, experience with StockX was I have bought things from there where I'm like, oh wow, that looks like a really good price. But then by the time I check out, it's like $100 more. Like there's just so many like fees or other things that get added in there that. Like at first it seems like, oh, you're getting a deal. And then by the time you check out, it's like, oh, I think I'm overpaying for this. So that was just my one experience. I think
What were you buying on there?
Cards. I think I bought like a box of cards. Yeah. And it was one of those issues where I bought it. I got pulled in because the advertised price was, maybe $400. And by the time I paid through both taxes and shipping, but then also like some additional fees, it was like $500. It was,
sheesh.
Yeah, it was a big jump in price. And I've seen that a couple times because I've gone back. I'm like, well, maybe it wasn't just that. It was other things I've seen too. So
I would love to have someone from StockX come on the podcast and talk about their new collectibles and all that, because they sell Lego sets on there.
I mean, I don't know. After that, they may be like, well,
I would love to get their input.
Well, maybe they
StockX.
could provide some additional insight that we don't know.
Yeah,
But yeah.
come on.
All right. Well, those are the only notes I had on here. So we will be back on next Monday. We're working on getting another One Piece person.
Yeah,
I
think we're
good?
hammering it out.
Okay.
Hammering out the dates.
So One Piece, if you guys aren't familiar, there's been a big push in One Piece right now. Like people trying to not only push the idea of like this is going to be the next hot set, but the prices are already going up pretty significantly.
Well, One
especially
Piece
on
as an
boxes.
anime is huge.
Oh, of course, yeah. If you're not already familiar with that, and I think we've had someone on talking about One Piece, but I think this would be more in the idea of, hey, right now, what do I need to be keeping an eye out for? What's hot? What products and what cards specifically? So,
I don't even know what's. I think like OP10, OP8, something like that.
Oh, okay. So they've had a few releases, but it's still relatively new in the grand scheme of TCG card releases.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there you go, guys. As usual, we have one sponsor on the show right now, and that's great. We love it. But we appreciate you guys for just giving likes, comments, all that kind of thing. If you guys don't mind keeping an eye out for their YouTube releases, we're still trying to grow that, which we are now monetized on there, which is fantastic. I will say The show listenership is growing. It is actually doing very, very well, which is awesome to see. But we would love to see the other platforms continue to grow as well. So whether you're on TikTok, Instagram, we have a Facebook group or a Facebook page, which is Hobby Nonsense. The Facebook group is still the non-sports cards nonsense group. Go check out all of these things.
Go spew your nonsense on the Facebook.
We appreciate you. That is all. We will see you guys next week. Goodbye.
Bye.